All right, well, since I'm home with the little man,
Lollipop.
with the lollipop, we're
Oh,
gonna make
lollipop.
some of these. So it's honey garlic chicken, and I have some shrimp in the fridge that my mom left yesterday. So hey, so we'll make put all this on the smoker, barbecue smoker, and then the sides, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Maybe some veggies. Okay, so as you guys saw, I had plans. I bought some chicken to to make for dinner. Again, things changed. My wife was supposed to be home for dinner with my daughter, but they decided to stay longer. I guess they're having fun, and at the same time, I got a call from the parents of my son's girlfriend ish, who wanted to go out for dinner. So they were a lot of fun. Really enjoy spending time with them. So I said yes. We were looking for a restaurant. We were able to settle on Mike's again. So I went to Mike's and I had again another cauliflower pizza. I'm all pizzas these days, which is fine. Works for me. But I kind of get a feeling tomorrow I'm not going to like the scale. Not because I overate. Calories are fine. They're very good, my calories actually. But sodium's going to be out of this world. So I think it's about 6:30 p.m. right now. I'm done for the night. I gotta drink some more water. That's it. But yeah, I kind of get a feeling tomorrow it's not going to be great. But we'll find out together. All right. Okay, here we go. A little trick from Rob. Calibrating it. Wait. There we go. .4. Try one more time, but I think that's about right. Yeah, there we go. As expected. Restaurant food will do that. I know I've shown you guys this a lot, but I love it so much. Coming to work in the morning. Look at this. Have I mentioned that I find Montreal to be beautiful? Good morning, everybody. All right, so as you saw, well, first off, Monday morning, October 31st, it is Halloween. I showed up at work, there's already people dressed up. Saw some people dressed up as Pennywise already, which I thought was pretty cool. It's my favorite. Excuse me. And yeah, so it's gonna be an exciting day. I can't wait for tonight to go do trick or treat with the kids. The other thing is afterwards, I gotta head out for a 3-hour drive to get to my hotel. That's not gonna be so fun. And tomorrow morning I have an early one in another city. So this is where it's gonna get rough for the next couple days and until Wednesday night or maybe Thursday. So anyway, so as you saw my scale, I put on some weight this morning. I've been eating well, very well. It was the sodium again. So it's going to be very, very similar. Now it's been very similar for the last few days. I think the next few days, hopefully, if I can stick to my plan, should still be very familiar too, very similar, sorry. So yesterday I ended up having another peanut butter and banana sandwich, which is 120 for the bread, about 50 for the peanut butter, and let's say 130 for the banana. So I was sitting at 300 calories. I had that around 11:30, and then around 2:30 as a snack, I had one of my shakes, brought me up to 450. And then around 5:30, we had a change of plans. Oh, I think I spoke about this. Anyways, I ended up going to Mike's where they make the cauliflower pizza, because that's one of the only restaurants I want to go to these days because the damage is very minimal. And I ended up having 3/4 of a pizza. So instead of 600 calories, 450. I spoke about all this. And that's it. That's what I've had yesterday. No, that's not it. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I had a few fries with that, of course. And what else did I have? I can't remember if I had grapes or strawberries. Grapes or strawberries. Anyways, not a whole lot of calories, and it's very odd because I'm listen. I'm always a little hungry right? It doesn't seem. There's some days that I've had there in this week especially. I had one day where just wasn't hungry. I could eat more. Now I've got this little bit of hunger. Like I have it right now in my stomach, but it's not controlling hunger. It's not like a warning, or it seems it's like whenever we were hungry before Saxenda or before whatever I was doing, uh, as soon as you had that little feeling in your stomach, you had to go eat right away. No, now it kind of feels like it's in the back of your mind. Okay, so and I mean, I do get really hungry. If I get really hungry, I eat, but I don't mind so much having that, just that little, you're feeling you're on an empty stomach, I guess is what I would say, where my is kind of saying, all right, well, listen, we got to eat soon. So I get that a little bit, and it's very, very manageable. So I don't lose my mind or anything like that with that. So that seems to work out. So yesterday was a very low calorie day. I actually ended up last night because of that, because I didn't want to, whenever I got home, I didn't want to eat snacks to bring it up to 1200. Excuse me. I'm trying to clear it. Still struggling with the whole coughing thing. Um, so I didn't want to just eat junk food to bring it up to 1200. And I was pretty satisfied. After you eat a big pizza like that, it's it's filling. It's filling. So yeah. So I ended up just having a couple fruits, and I took a multivitamin just in case, because I figured I'm a little too low for the day. So I did gain weight. Yeah, obviously a lot of sodium, and it's funny because it feels like it's instant, right? So leading up to dinner, every tall glass of water I would have, I would pretty much go pee a tall glass of water within like 5 minutes. It's like the glass before can now go because we got some fresh one in there. And as soon as I started eating dinner, it stopped. And when that happens, I kind of tend to drink even more water, which is what I did last night. I drank 2 big cups of water after dinner to try to help it start the flushing or whatever it is. And again, I'm no doctor, right? Maybe a doctor's watching this because you're a dummy. But that's how I see it, and that's how I think it works. So I started drinking more water just so I can start getting it out of my system. But out of the 2 big glasses of water, I went to pee this morning a little bit. And that's it. So even after dinner, after 6 last night, wasn't peeing. So it just kind of stops dead. And this morning it was yellow again. So there you go. So I went from clear, had dinner with a lot of salt, to yellow pee again. So anyway, it's fine. As you can see, the calories were low. I didn't put on weight. I'm certain of it, so it doesn't bother me. So what I'm really worried about is the next few days. I'm going to manage that, and I do have a couple frozen pizzas that my mom made that I want to bring on the road with me. It's just stick in my fridge in the hotel. It's just managing it is a little bit complicated sometimes. But if I can just avoid the restaurants, it would be huge. If I can find a way to manage those pizzas so that I have it either in my hotel, either at work, in case they ask me to leave late, I'm sure I can find a fridge somewhere and just say no whenever they offer food. Though lunch will be provided there. There's going to be something there. But if I can avoid the damages of eating, even Subway. I mean, I usually end up going to Subway, as you guys know a lot. Subway's 1,000 calories. So if this pizza keeps me just as satisfied for 500, well, it leaves me a little bit more room if I want to, have an extra shake, if I want to, whatever I want to do. So, anyways, always aiming for about 1,200. Other than that, things are good. I feel good. There was something I wanted to talk about. No, I think that's pretty much it. The hunger isn't completely gone. The first week has obviously been a big success. Going back on Saxenda, and it's a little bit like before. Some days, I feel like Saxenda does have a good effect. Some other days, I question if it's just the fact that I'm strong-minded and I'm back on track and I'm trying to be good, and that's enough in itself that I wouldn't even need it of Saxenda. If somebody would have just put some water in that needle, and I would have went through the same process. I question that sometimes. So I wish I had a good answer for you, but I don't. That's pretty much how that feels. I don't have many side effects, though I do have some constipation. I don't think I've gone to the bathroom in a couple days now. So that's building up too. But it's manageable because I do drink a lot of water. I don't have much pains, but I do kind of feel like I need to go. Been feeling like that since last night, so I'm just waiting for it to be ready, I guess. But yeah, I think that's about it. Everything else is great, guys. I'm doing very well. I feel well, and I'm just eager to see that 289. That'll be a good step, and then that'll make me feel better. So we'll see how it goes. Next big trip is end of November, November 24th, so about a little bit more than 3 weeks. Going to Vegas. So let's see how much we can lose before then. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.